All right, I know folks are going to be coming in as I'm speaking, but in lieu of time, we're going to want to get started. Welcome, Brooklyn Technical High School Virtual College Fair. So incredibly happy to have you here to hear from 6 amazing institutions. You're going to be able to hear from them, but the most important part, well, 2 really important parts of this is you can ask questions, but you have to use the Q&A button. It's either at the top or bottom of your screen. Our panelists cannot see or hear you, so that Q&A is the only way for them to immediately respond. So definitely use that Q&A. The other thing is pay attention to what's going on in that chat. These folks are going to be throwing in really important information, whether it be websites or emails, phone numbers, different codes that you may need for admissions or to contact them to learn more. So again, ask questions using that Q&A button. They cannot see or hear you. We do have a few days of this virtual college fair, so please sign up for more sessions in the same place at StriveScan. And a recording of this, everything in that Q&A, chat, the video, the audio, will be at our website, and I will throw that link into the chat as well. All right, and with that, we are going to get started with Bryn Mawr.
Great, so hello everyone. My name is Katarina Karras-Flores. I am an admissions counselor at Bryn Mawr. I just started sharing my screen and I brought a tour guide with me today. So Katie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Katie Critchfield. I use she, her pronouns, a sophomore psychology major, and I'm excited to hear from you all today.
Great, thanks, Katie. So to start off, Bryn Mawr is a women's college. We are located in suburban Philadelphia, and we are part of the coalition of 7 sister colleges. So you might be familiar with Wellesley, Barnard, Mount Holyoke, Smith. Bryn Mawr is part of that coalition. About 1,384 students attend Bryn Mawr from 44 states and 46 countries. So you definitely see a diversity reflected in the student body at Bryn Mawr. So about 21% of students at Bryn Mawr are international students, 32% of students are students of color, and 19% of students are first generation students. So if you have any questions about like different resources for the different types of students on campus, feel free to type that in the chat as well. So at Bryn Mawr, like I said, we are a pretty small campus. We have about a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you are getting a very personalized education at Bryn Mawr. Some of our popular majors are math, psychology, which Katie, you're part of the psychology field at Bryn Mawr, English, biology, and political science. So you're really getting a variety of different majors that are offered at Bryn Mawr. We have about 50 different majors to choose from, which is really exciting. We're also a liberal arts college, so you're definitely getting a range of different subjects there. In addition, we award 2.6 times the national average of degrees awarded to women in STEM at Bryn Mawr. So even though we are a women's college that is a liberal arts college, STEM is also very prioritized since that is such a male-dominated field, and you aren't limited into what you're interested in pursuing, especially in STEM at Bryn Mawr. I always like to say that at Bryn Mawr, you can make your Bryn Mawr experience as big or as little as you want it to be. So we have partnerships with different colleges in the area, such as Haverford College, Swarthmore College, and the University of Pennsylvania. So each of these colleges are co-ed. They are a little bit bigger than Bryn Mawr, but what's really great is that you can take classes at any of the 3 colleges. You can participate in any activities that they might have. I was a Bryn Mawr student. I graduated last year, and Katie can also attest to this, but it's really nice kind of having the other colleges in the area to kind of explore your options as well. We have about 90 different pre-approved study abroad programs. We have a special program called the 360 course cluster, which is essentially the epitome of a liberal arts education. You take 3 different classes in a specific semester that focus on a specific theme, and the 360 includes a travel component internationally or domestically. Essentially, a 360 is kind of like a mini study abroad experience that students really like to take advantage of. We also have about 100 different clubs and organizations, and I think it's really great that all the clubs and organizations really reflect the student body at Bryn Mawr. We also have 12 Division III sports teams, so any kind of sports that you can think of. We definitely have like swimming, volleyball, lacrosse, tennis, rugby, track and field, cross country. All of those sports are definitely really popular. So I also like to talk about Bryn Mawr beyond the campus. So in addition, 79% of the class of 2019 held an internship during their time at Bryn Mawr. So students are definitely trying to find different opportunities of applying with what they've learned in class to outside experiences. So even though we are a liberal arts college, not all students will pursue different internships based on what they are majoring in. Some students will do different career paths, but a lot of students also do like to kind of pursue different internships related to what they are majoring in. So about 97% of students have a positive career outcome 1 year after graduation. So I think that really just goes to show at how driven students are in, applying with what they've learned at Bryn Mawr to the outside world. And I think that just really goes to show by the statistic right there. In addition, let's say you do get an internship during a summer or specific academic semester at Bryn Mawr. We have about $750,000 in summer funding. So students are able to get funded for any experiences that they might need, which I think is really great and helpful. I know that I've been talking a lot and kind of fast, but I kind of want to take it to Katie. And Katie, the question I have for you is, why did you choose Bryn Mawr and what has Bryn Mawr meant to you?
Choosing Bryn Mawr because when I was looking at colleges, when I was a senior in high school, I really wanted to find a place that would support me academically, but also personally as well. I really struggled a lot with my confidence in high school, and I feel like being at Bryn Mawr has helped me grow so much in that extent. I think, I was very insecure, and I think finding a place that is very focused on support and emphasizing community has really helped me. And that's been one of the greatest aspects of the Bryn Mawr experience for me personally, is finding that community, as well as a focus on cooperation, both in and outside of the classroom, that really helped my individual growth. And yeah, Bryn Mawr has really helped me become a much more confident person as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Katie. I think that really summed up the presentation, but to kind of end things, Katie and I are going to put our emails in the chat, so feel free to reach out. Like I said, I'm an admissions counselor. My territories are New York City, so feel free to contact me since you all are in New York.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Dickinson College.
Okay, hi everyone. Hopefully you can see my screen now. My name is Caroline Smeagol. I'm an admissions counselor at Dickinson College, as well as a very proud alum from the class of 2018. I'm thrilled to be here with you this evening to talk a little bit more about Dickinson. So Dickinson is a small private liberal arts college located in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We sit right in the heart of Carlisle, which makes us pretty unique as a school. We're not, far away from kind of where, I'm just checking the chat. Sorry, I'm wondering if sharing isn't working. Oh, okay. Sorry, just got distracted. Okay, technically, technical difficulties, but sit right in the heart of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. So really easy to get into town and kind of make both Dickinson and the Carlisle community your own. Dickinson is also a really old college. So we're chartered in 1783 and founded by Dr. Benjamin Rush. There's tons of interesting and kind of crazy history surrounding Dickinson College. I don't have time to dive into all of that tonight. So I encourage you to do your own research on Dickinson, but some of the things that I'll be focusing on tonight are sustainability and global education, key pieces to the Dickinson education and Dickinson experience. But another really important part of Dickinson is our size. So we are a small liberal arts college, like I said, and that is really important. Our student to faculty ratio is 8:1. Average class size at Dickinson is 14 students. We really, really value that small learning environment. We feel like it's the best way to learn. It's the best way to engage with your peers and professors. And we really want you to take advantage of those small classroom environments to build a close relationship with your professors, with your advisors. We really value engagement and kind of this active learning environment at Dickinson. And you can see there that a significant portion of our students are engaged in internships and research and kind of extracurricular curricular study during their 4 years at Dickinson. And within just a year after Dickinson, about 98% of students are focused in grad school, doing long-term service work or in a career. And so that kind of engaged piece in the undergraduate experience really serves our students well post-graduation. And that's really what we like to focus on. But so much to know about Dickinson. I'll say that a significant portion of students come from outside of the state of Pennsylvania. So about 80% of students are from outside of PA, and on average, 14% of our students are international students. So some really great diversity on our campus. Happy to talk more about that. But like I said, tonight I want to focus on sustainability and global education. I think as you go through your college search process, you hear a lot about green schools, sustainable schools. Dickinson is definitely a sustainable school. About 20 years ago, we committed to sustainability, and it's really been a driving force in our mission ever since. We definitely have a green campus, but we try to take it the step further, and we like to say that we have a green curriculum as well. So every single student at Dickinson will engage with sustainability in some way in their academic space. So everyone takes a sustainability focused course during their 4 years at Dickinson. We believe this is a key part of your education, and really we want to prepare future focused individuals, and sustainability fits so naturally with that founding mission at Dickinson. You can see that we've been ranked top in the nation for sustainability education. We do this really, really well. We were so thrilled to announce last year that we became one of only a few carbon neutral colleges in the US. I think one of the coolest things about Dickinson is that we have a 180-acre college farm, completely organic, just 6 miles from campus. This farm totally embodies that idea of an engaged student body. It really is a learning, kind of living laboratory on our campus. You can go out there, you can volunteer, you can do community service work, you can be a farmer, you can help contribute to the food that goes into our cafeteria, but you can also do research, attend community events, and really enjoy this extension of Dickinson's campus. So I think it's absolutely incredible. It's a massive space and so cool for students to check out. So sustainability is definitely key to Dickinson. It's not something that's really on your radar right now as you're going through your college search process. That is totally fine. We really encourage students to engage with sustainability however they see fit. So you'll take that class on sustainability, but beyond that, you get to choose how you incorporate sustainability into your day-to-day life at Dickinson. A great shot of the farm. One thing you might do on the farm is one of our farm to table dinners that happen just about every single month at Dickinson. It's a really fun way to connect with other people kind of outside of your normal sphere, connect with professors, and enjoy some farm fresh food as well. So a little bit about global. I think when you hear global, you immediately think of study abroad, and that's perfect. Dickinson is ranked top in the nation for our study abroad programs and this focus on global education. We have 18 of our own global programs located in 15 countries, really all over the world. When we think about global education and study abroad at Dickinson, we are focused on immersion, affordability, and accessibility. We really want you to go abroad, be challenged, be in a new place, immerse yourself in that space, in that culture, in that language, and really make it your own. When we think of study abroad locations, we think of smaller places all over the world, kind of like Carlisle, where our Dickinson campus sits. We want you to find Carlisles all over the world where you can become a community member in those places, not just a tourist for a month at a time, but really immersing yourself in that place for a few months at a time, living with a host family, exploring with your classmates and with your Dickinson professors who will travel with you. Everything will travel with you, in fact, so your financial aid package, scholarships, as well as all of your academic credits. So you don't have to worry about fitting study abroad into your 4 years. We want you to graduate in 4 years, and we'll ensure that happens. But we really want to make sure that study abroad can be a part of your experience if you want it to. You can see a significant portion of students will study abroad during their time at Dickinson, upwards of 65–70%. That includes STEM majors, that includes student athletes. You can come to Dickinson and do just about whatever you want, study whatever you want, be a double major, be a student athlete, be really involved in the community, and still incorporate study abroad into your experience. That's really key. We're not a place of ors or a place of ands. We want you to do all the different things during your undergraduate experience. Study abroad isn't, top on your list when you're thinking about colleges. That's perfectly fine. Much like the way that we encourage students to pursue sustainability, we will encourage students to take a foreign language during their time at Dickinson. We offer 13 different world languages. we're the first college to offer the study of modern foreign languages. So this is really key to our founding, and we continue to encourage students to explore these areas. So you can expect to have a global academic experience during your time at Dickinson, even if you choose not to study abroad. Talked about sustainability, global. Of course, engagement is a key part of Dickinson. There's so many different things to do. I mentioned the internships, the research opportunities. We have tons of different clubs, but more than anything, we like to see you engage with us throughout the process. So I encourage you to sign up for one of our virtual events throughout the next few months. Come to campus. We are open to juniors and seniors to visit campus. Then you can engage with me as well. I'd love to hear from you and be helpful and share more about Dickinson. This is really kind of scratching the surface. So I'll put my email in the chat as well, but thank you so much and good luck to everybody as you navigate this crazy process.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Syracuse University.
Hello, just get set up. Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Bobby Mason. I'm an assistant director of admissions at Syracuse University. I'm actually based in New York City, so I'm your regional representative. Syracuse University is a private Research One institution. We're just over 150 years old and have a really rich history. One thing I love to highlight when I'm looking at pictures of campus is that we have such a range of architectural styles, and this really kind of captures how our university has evolved over time. We continue to introduce new academic offerings and really expand based on what's going on in the world. We have about 15,000 undergraduate students and then anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 graduate students. So we're considered a medium-sized university. We are a residential institution, so you'll be spending at least the first 2 years on campus in the residence halls. And being in Syracuse has a lot to offer. We are a medium-sized city, about 4.5 hours from New York City. And not only does it offer a lot of entertainment for our students, but the city is an extension of the classroom. We have various businesses. There are 4 hospitals nearby, so students are able to do internships steps away from our campus. Just for reference, you can, it's really accessible to get to Syracuse from New York. You can drive, take the bus, Amtrak goes up there, and we do also have an airport not too far away. We have a substantial international population, so it's really nice to be accessible through that way. Outside of our main campus, we also have centers across the US as well as globally. And students will take their studies as well and incorporate professional experiences in those centers, which are in New York, Los Angeles, as well as Washington, D.C. So in terms of our academic offerings, we really have a range of options, whether you're someone who knows exactly what you want to study or still kind of figuring it out. At the undergraduate level, we have 10 undergraduate colleges and schools. And when you apply to Syracuse University, you apply directly into one of these programs. Reason being is that they have distinctive curriculums and are going to be very focused on what you're interested in studying. Across these 10 schools, we do have 200 majors and 100 minors. So there's a lot of different options for students. You're certainly encouraged to explore multiple areas of interest and do have the ability to take classes across the different colleges and schools. Because you are housed though in a home school within the university, you get that small college experience. Our average class size is 26 students. 90% of classes are fewer than 50. And you'll see some of the names of our schools are pretty self-explanatory. We have our liberal arts, we have a business school, we have talent-based programs, but students again are going to be supported as they're navigating all these academic opportunities. Each student will have an academic advisor assigned by their home college, and then they also will have a career service office also housed in the specific college or school that you attend. And so they will guide you not only as you're choosing classes and incorporating perhaps a study abroad experience, but also thinking long-term, how does what you're learning in the classroom connect to a future career, and maybe is going to graduate school or pursuing a professional degree afterwards the right step for you. We are a Research One institution, so there's a lot of opportunities for you to really practice what you're learning and either join faculty members or engage in your own research or creative endeavors. We even have grants available to our students so that they can pursue those. I've mentioned study abroad. We do have a very robust study abroad offering, either through our 5 centers or through our 60 partner programs all across the world. And regardless of your major, you have that opportunity to go abroad if it's something you'd like to do. If you would like to stay on campus, you will not be bored. We have a really strong sense of community. We are consistently ranked #1 in our school spirit, and that's because students are making connections. They're getting engaged not only in their classwork, but through the different organizations that we offer. Those span from sports to cultural clubs to various performance-based organizations. And then, of course, we have various offices on our campus to really support you as you are part of our community. We want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you are successful in the classroom. So our Barn Center is one of the new facilities on campus that offers that. Our Shine Student Center was just newly renovated. And our 3 cultural centers are now sharing space there in Intercultural Collective, and they offer various mentoring programs. They do celebrations throughout the year. So there's always something to engage with on campus, always something to do, and really opportunities for you to step outside of your comfort zone. As you consider applying to Syracuse, definitely do research, join us for virtual sessions, connect with the different colleges and schools because they do have some differences. In terms of applying, we just have the 2 decision options, early decision and regular. We are test optional for fall 2022, but we continue to use that holistic review process. So we're really looking at everything that you do submit as part of the application. For our talent-based programs, we have some portfolio and audition requirements. So if you're considering that route, either architecture or College of Visual and Performing Arts, please go to the site, connect with our admissions colleagues. They are there to guide you. And for rising seniors, we do offer personal interviews. It's a great way for us to get to know you better, and we really want to do that through this process. And lastly, the financial aspect of college is very important. Most of our students are not paying that full price. So everyone who applies is considered for merit scholarships. And then you can, of course, apply for need-based aid. Syracuse, we're all about orange. We hope that you will check out our website. And if you have questions, our general information is on the slide, but I'll also add it to the chat. So thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Penn State.
Hi, everybody. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. My name is Lori Wax. I am the Regional Admissions Counselor for Penn State for the New York Metro region, and I'm so excited to be able to share some information about Penn State with you today. First off, a couple of things that we are particularly proud of at Penn State. We are, according to the Center for World University Rankings, which ranks about 18,000 universities across the globe, we are in the top 1% of world-class universities. We have an 85% graduation rate, which is about 30 percentage points above the national average, and a 93% retention rate. We are a top tier 1 research university. We spend close to $1 billion every year in undergraduate research, and we have research in every different academic area, science research, research in labs, but also research in arts, humanities, social sciences. So whatever your academic interest is, if you are interested in delving deeper and getting involved in some cutting edge research, you will have that opportunity at Penn State. Additionally, we have a top-ranked career services office. That is something that is going to be a resource for you throughout your time at Penn State. And even as a graduate of Penn State, you always have the opportunity to reach back out to our career services as you transition throughout your career. While you're at Penn State, you can take advantage of career counseling to help you figure out different career paths for your interests, as well as resume writing help and mock interviews. And each year we have over 30,000 employers come to campus to hire our students for full-time employment when they graduate, as well as for internship opportunities. And we highly encourage all of our students to get some experiential learning opportunities, or to take advantage of them and do internships or co-ops. So you really graduate well prepared to be successful out in the world. We also do offer 300 plus study abroad programs, which unfortunately were on hold this year due to COVID, but we are hopeful that as soon as it's safe to do so, we'll be sending our students around the world again. 300 different programs, different lengths of time. You can go for a semester, you can go for a summer, you can go for a 2-week trip embedded in a course that you take. So a lot of different opportunities to experience study abroad. Additionally, though we are a very large university, we have a relatively small student to faculty ratio of 16:1. And with every professor offering an hour of office hours for every hour that they teach, there is ample opportunity to get to know your professors and meet with them one-on-one. So Penn State is somewhat unique in that we like to say we're one university geographically dispersed. We have 20 different campuses throughout the state of Pennsylvania. Our main campus, our largest campus, is University Park. It's located right in the middle of the state in State College, Pennsylvania, a real rural kind of college town. We also have 19 other campuses we call our Commonwealth campuses, and they range in size anywhere from 500 to 5,000. Some of them are in more urban settings, some of them are more suburban, and others are rural, as is University Park. University Park is definitely the most popular that campus that students apply to as a first choice. So it does make it a little bit more competitive to get into University Park, but we do have what we call our 2+2 program. So there are many paths to a Penn State degree. You can start almost any major at any campus and then transition to University Park for your second 2 years. Some students spend all 4 years at one campus, sometimes at University Park, sometimes at one of the Commonwealth campuses, and maybe 50% of our students start at one campus and transition to another, but it's all one Penn State. So in addition to that, we offer 275 different academic programs, and they are housed in 12 different academic colleges, and they range everywhere from agriculture, arts and architecture, business, communications, education, engineering. We have earth and mineral sciences. We have health and human development. We have information science technology. We have liberal arts and nursing and sciences. So there is a wide range of things for students to choose from. If you can apply directly into one of the academic colleges. However, if you are really undecided, and that's absolutely fine, we have our Division of Undergraduate Studies where you can apply, and you would spend your first 2 years taking your general education requirements and exploring some potential majors, and then you would just declare your major sophomore year and then be part of whatever academic college houses your major. In addition to that, we have the Schreier Honors College that spans just about every major. Some great perks with that. About 10% of our students are part of the Honors College. It's a separate application. The perks that come with that are special scholarship opportunities, Honors College dorm, pre-registration for classes. So definitely something to explore. So I think half of what you learn in college is in the classroom, and half of what you learn is out of the classroom. And in addition to our really top caliber academics and great research opportunities and experiential learning opportunities, we also have vibrant, active student lives on all of our campuses. We have 1,200 plus clubs and activities that about 95% of our students are involved in. They range everywhere from pre-professional, performing groups, social groups, community service, social action, political, religious. We have Greek life on campus. So whatever your passion is, chances are you will find a group to be involved with at Penn State, if not many groups to be involved with. What you're looking at a picture of is our probably most beloved club on campus. It is our dance marathon, affectionately known as Thon. Thon is actually the largest student-run philanthropy in the world. Each year, our students raise close to $10 million that goes towards pediatric cancer research. It's a year-long fundraising effort. Different groups of students through clubs, dorms, friends, form teams, and raise money, all to go towards pediatric cancer research. It all culminates in a 46-hour dance marathon. You're looking at a picture of a pre-COVID dance marathon. And this year we did have to hold dance marathon virtually, but our students still managed to raise over $10 million. So very proud of those efforts. In addition to the clubs and activities, we have every level of athletics. At University Park, we are D1, part of the Big Ten Conference. Most of the Commonwealth campuses are D3, and we do have club and intramural level sports at every campus. And then one really big highlight of a Penn State degree is that when you graduate from Penn State, you are actually joining the largest alumni network in the world. About 1 in every 106 Americans with a college degree is a Penn State graduate. And what that means to you is that when you graduate Penn State, you have a lifelong social network and a lifelong professional network. Pretty much wherever you go in the world, I mean, we have 50 states represented and we have 131 countries. Wherever you go in the world, chances are there'll be a local Penn State alumni group and lots of professional groups to join on LinkedIn. And in fact, LinkedIn said that a recent study said that Penn State graduates the second highest number of CEOs. So with that, I'm very proud to say we are Penn State. These are just a few of our social media handles and our email. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Definitely throw those into the chat. Next up, we have Lehigh University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kaylin Richmond, and I'm your admissions counselor for Lehigh University. So Lehigh is a medium-sized institution. We have about 5,000 undergraduate students and 2,000 grad students. We are home of 4 different colleges. We have the College of Arts and Sciences, the PC Rawson College of Engineering and Applied Science, College of Business, and then our newer College of Health, which focuses on population health. So using data science and trying to figure out why certain people in certain areas get certain illnesses and diseases. So faculty have actually done a lot of research into COVID this year, looking at how different communities have been infected by COVID, particularly to them thinking of our Indigenous communities, and then also our local Bethlehem community, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So when you are applying to Lehigh, you are admitted into a specific college, but not into a specific major. So what that means is you have room to wonder and figure out what it is that you specifically want to do. For College of Engineering, you have until the end of your first year to declare a major. And for College of Arts and Sciences and College of Business, you have until the end of your sophomore year. On the screen, you also see that 12% of our students participate in intercollegiate programs. So those are programs that work with engineering and then one of our other offices. So we have ideas that goes with the College of Arts and Sciences and Engineering. Those students will pick a field from both of those colleges and intertwine the two. There's computer science and business. And then lastly, there is IBE, the integrated degree in business and engineering. Lehigh also has a heavy focus on interdisciplinary education. So what that means is you're not going to be pigeonholed between just the one major that you end up declaring. You can take courses within your college, outside of your major, and even into different colleges. You know, you can, if you're an engineering student, you can take those drama classes. You can take an art class. Whatever you have room in your schedule for, that's what you can do. Lehigh is the top 50 research institution. Last year, about 20% of our students participated in research. So that can take a fairly traditional form where students work underneath a professor, continuing in their research efforts, or they can do something a little less traditional through the Office of Creative Inquiry. Specifically, our Mountaintop Summer Experience is very popular with our students. So over the course of 10 weeks, students will work with faculty and even sometimes some external partners trying to problem solve. They'll come up with a research question and they'll do a lot of deep thinking into what needs to be done in order to either come close to solving this question that they have or finding new answers. Their research can continue on past that year into following years or summers, and it can become something bigger than what they're intentionally originally expecting. Aside from that, you can also do research abroad. So Lehigh offers 250 study abroad programs. They can be through the traditional full semester. You can do a winter or spring break abbreviated abroad trip, or you can do a winter experience. Whichever suits your schedule best will be what you can do. So you can work with our Office of International Student Scholars and figure out when it's time for you to go abroad if you're interested in that. I mentioned that you can do research abroad. There's a few ways you can do that. One of the most popular ways is through the Global Social Impact Fellowship. So through that program, there will be groups of students from various departments working together to solve one problem. So you'll be learning from people from the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Business, or maybe the College of Engineering, and you'll be working together to listen to the community that you're in and figure out how you can better serve them. Aside from that, we also have the ability to give students some work experience abroad through our Iacocca International Experience. Through that, students will be able to go to a country. Last year, we were able to send over 100 students to 25 different countries and get that real world experience and that resume building experience while still getting that cultural immersion that they would get in a traditional study abroad experience. Back stateside, there are still a lot of ways for you to get involved with the international experience. One way is through our United Nations partnership. So each year we send about 1,500 faculty, students, and staff up to the United Nations headquarters in New York City, where students can get a behind the scenes look and idea of what global leaders are discussing in order to make these really big decisions. Students that are interested in getting really involved can become a youth representative, and they have been known to speak on the floor at the UN. So that's really exciting. We are an NGO, so we are one of the first 6 universities to have that designation. And what that means is we're there when people are making these big decisions at the UN. Lehigh alum was actually the first person to assist the UN with sending their first tweet ever. So we're in the history books, I'll just say that. Back on campus, you'll see that we have a really robust community. So 3 support services that I want to highlight really quickly are the Pride Center, the Center for Gender Equity, and then the Office of Multicultural Affairs, all located in what we like to call Unity Hall within our University Center, so on our main Asa Packer campus. Those 3 offices will hold different events, they'll do workshops, and they'll provide a safe and comforting space for students to be themselves or learn how to be a better ally for the entire community. We also offer support for our first generation student population, one specifically through the Student Access and Success. Through that office, students can get a passport or get their passport renewed. They can get support with studying, and they can also get support with just having community people that are in the same boat as them. Aside from that, we also have first generation housing and a summer pre-orientation program called Lucy. Aside from that, we also have 200 clubs on our campus, ranging from being academic based to the traditional hobbies and interests, and then performance arts, and then also multicultural clubs. So if you're interested in making sure that your culture remains strong with you while you're on campus, that's totally possible at Lehigh. Aside from those things, we also have a robust Greek life on our campus. So about this year, there will be about 30% of our students participating in Greek life. And it's not just the traditional social Greek life. We also have academic and social community service-based Greek life. So if you're interested in getting involved heavily in community service, there is that aspect. And if you're interested in building that network for your field, then Greek life might be the right option for you as well. We are as well a Division I campus. So with that, we have that competitive school spirit nature. But if you're not interested in getting heavily involved in sports, or you don't want to maintain that heavy schedule, we also have intramural and club sports to choose from. So Lehigh is located in Bethlehem, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We are about an hour away from Philadelphia and an hour and a half away from New York City. So that's just something to keep in mind. We have those close connections between those major cities. But there is a lot going on in the Bethlehem community, like the St. Luke's Hospital and Lehigh Valley Health Network. So if you're interested in pre-med, that's something also to keep in mind. One thing I'll also include in the chat is our placement information for the class of 2020. We were not as heavily impacted by the pandemic as other schools. And lastly, you can see on our screen that applications are due November 1st for early decision 1, and then for early decision 2 and regular decision January 1st. And last year, we were able to award $114 million in grants and scholarships.
All right, awesome, thank you. If I could have all the panelists come back onto the screen. We're gonna go in the same order that we presented, starting with Bryn Mawr. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
So I think Katie and I will definitely tackle this one. Katie, I'll go first. So I think one piece of advice would be, especially now because everything's virtual, definitely take advantage of going to all the different events that a school is hosting. Get in contact with your admissions counselors. You know, we want to hear from you. We want to help you in any way possible. And my last piece of advice would be really speak with a current student, because they know exactly what current students are going through on campus. They can speak to what COVID is like, especially if they're living on campus. So that's my advice. Katie, what about you?
I think my main piece of advice for prospective students is just to remember you don't have to have all of the answers right now at this point in your life. You will have a lot more time to figure out what you want your future to look like. So don't feel pressured to have like the next 10 years figured out in the next month.
Yeah, jumping off of that, Katie, which is a great thought and great answer. I think this process is so interesting. It gives you a really great chance to think a lot about yourself and kind of what you love, what you're interested in, what your passions are. So I always encourage students to be true to themselves, to think deeply about the kind of community you want, the kind of experience you want in college. Again, you don't have to have all the answers. You don't need to know what you want to major in. You have time for that once you get to college. So just be true to yourself, and that will shine through in your application, through your interviews, through the conversations, and that will ensure you find the best fit for you.
Everyone's already shared some really good advice. I would add to that, as you go through the process, continue to take care of yourself. Don't let this overwhelm you. Don't make it another stressor in your life that there's already so much going on. Like someone else already said, like things will change, you're going to change. And so if you can try to remain open-minded and, ask questions, I think you'll probably go through this with a little bit more ease.
So I guess I agree that everybody's made such great points so far, but just keep in mind that there's really several best fit colleges for everybody. You can really thrive and succeed at so many different great places, and it really doesn't matter what your friends like or what they do. Think about what's important to you and just really find the right fit for you. It doesn't really matter what anybody else is doing. And the other thing is that even though there are some things that are very similar to all of us, we all do things slightly differently. So reach out to all, we're here, we're admissions counselors. We love to admit students. That's what we do. Where our goal is to help you and to try and find if you are the right fit and admit you if you are. And so reach out, find out the differences, the specifics that each college, different deadlines, different processes, different procedures. And we're definitely here. So reach out, ask questions. Don't, think you have to do this blindly.
My one piece of advice is just kind of going off of what Bobby was saying about stress, is to just keep in mind that Other students also were in the pandemic, so they also weren't doing as many extracurricular activities as they normally would have done, or they may not have been able to take as many SAT tests as they wanted. So we are very aware of that. And we are keeping that in mind when we're thinking of you and we're reading your application. So we understand, and we're not forgetting that when we read your application.
All right, awesome advice from our experts, our panelists here. Just a quick reminder, when you leave here, there's going to be a 4-question survey that we ask that you complete. Please sign up for more sessions. We have more tonight and the next few days. A recording of this is at Strive Scan's website. I put that into the chat. The last plug I will give is please reach out to these folks. They are the experts. They are here to help you, and they want to make sure that they can find the right fit for you. So reach out to them. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for watching this recording if you're watching the recording, and best of luck to you. Have a good night.